It is time. It is time once again to welcome you, one and all, friend and foe. Well, maybe most of you who are foes that I've had, but there's one. Okay, still experiencing the calming effects of yesterday's crisp supplied, chocolate smothered, cream filled donut. So I'll stay mostly nice until the effect wears off. Oh. So, how did Wednesdays become known as Hump Day? Got a question for you. How did Wednesdays become known as Hump Day? Anybody know? Get your mind out of the gutter. First of all, it's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with dogs.
I haven't said a word. I'm sitting over here behaving for a moment.
Wednesday earned its reputation as Hump Day as a way to inject some excitement into the otherwise monotonous work week. Actually, it dealt with camels with two humps on Wednesday. We're over the first hump, and the weekend is closer. I don't know what they do when they got one hump camels out there. Another almost never quoted reason why Wednesdays are known as Hump Days is that in 1846, this is very specific, y'all. I did some digging for this one. Whale hunters worked the Nantucket seaboard, and they were looking for whales. Yeah, your mind's in the gutter again. Stop it. On Mondays, they were looking for blue whales. On Tuesdays, it was sperm whales they hunted. And on Wednesdays, their prey was humpback whales. On Thursday, they only took gray whales. And Fridays were reserved for right whales. So again, happy humpback whale day to all y'all. We're halfway there, wherever there is. Your hysterical history lesson today from me. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Chris Marks, and I love learning new things.
And I'm Lee Barrels.
And she doesn't care.
Humpback whales.
Yeah, well, and I was telling you guys a little something here that I learned this morning,
Yes.
which was kind of weird. That today, on December 10th, 1901, was the very first Nobel Peace Prizes that were awarded in Stockholm. They were in the fields of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. We've had a lot of folks, Americans and non-Americans, who've been given the so-called Peace Awards, Nobel Peace Award, who really probably questionably deserved it. A lot of people always threw a few fits about that. The ceremony came on the 5th anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel, the Swedish inventor of something else. They did it in his name. He set it up, and he set up a fund, a trust fund, and the interest off the amount of money that he put into this fund has paid for it ever since then, since
so amazing.
1901. Yes. I wish our government could do that. Governments, all of them, could do that. Don't get me going. I'll be nice, sort of. But anyway, interesting to find out that Alfred Nobel was known for his invention of dynamite and other high explosives, a lot of them with military connotations. Interesting. He offered no public reasons for his creation of the prizes. He never said why he did it, but a lot of folks then believe that he did so out of moral regret for the increasingly lethal uses of his inventions during war. So I don't know. I did not know that he was a big bomb guy. But his daddy actually ran they moved to Russia in 1938, I think it was, 37 from Stockholm. And his daddy ran a St. Petersburg factory that built explosive mines and other military equipment. And then Alfred went to work there, and Alfred he came up with dynamite wasn't used so much as, well, I guess it was too, but dynamite was used primarily for construction and destruction of stuff. And various forms of dynamite used to blow up bridges and all that kind of good stuff during wartime.
Now he got that Peace Prize, right?
Yeah, he offered that. What was one of the categories was who gets the Peace Prize, and of course physics, chemistry, medicine, literature.
So we gave it to this man who invented bombs.
No, he's the one who gives the prizes, Alfred Nobel. The
Oh, I
Nobel.
thought you were saying. Well, never mind.
You only listened to part of it.
I only listened to part of it. You were talking about it this
Well-
morning when I was trying to get stuff ready, and so I was not paying attention. I
Okay.
apologize.
That means that he was back in the old Western days.
According to TV,
Yeah.
he was.
Well, according to history, it is 1860s to 1890s. Dynamite was used during bank robberies. So he did it
so
in
they could open the
1860.
safes.
Hmm.
There's a couple, a man and a woman, up in Newbern. They
Mhm.
stole a safe from somebody's house, and then
Oh,
they opened the safe with apparently another key that they had managed to get, and they've been charged with safe cracking along with the burglary and other things. That's interesting. Series of those guys work in Oslo County in
Yeah.
Jacksonville area, breaking into places, opening safes, and ripping them. There were a couple of ways they would open them, drill them, and do whatever. Right? Some people were sophisticated enough to know how to do that. That little stethoscope thing up there,
Yeah.
you had to be a pretty good safe cracker to do that. So
Yeah.
there are people that could, and but they were ripping them with lots of tools
Yeah.
and stuff, and they were funny. Respis Heating and Sheet Metal Works that was on Marine Boulevard way back then, somewhere around Thompson Street, the one that's been closed for like a year
Mhm.
for construction or whatever. I don't know. I see the sign all the time. But anyway, somebody broke into their place in the middle of the night, and the folks came in the next morning and they couldn't stand it in there when they opened the door because it was a problem. But they had bought an old safe, a secondhand safe, right? It's a tall safe, one of those tall safes.
Yeah.
And inside the safe, which was not, they had another safe, a small safe in there with a combination. They did not have the combination to that safe, so they never used it. They never opened it. This group opened it for them.
Oh.
It was wired with tear gas.
Oh.
Well, it's safe to say there were a few tears shed.
There were some tears shed over the safe. The safe job did not go well.
Yeah.
But I thought it was. I had to go over there for that one, and I waited for the gas to be expelled. Fire department's got their little fans that will pull exhaust fans.
Yes,
that take
they do.
Take the
Big
stuff
ones.
out. Yeah, they
Yes.
So,
We got a call one night to a business that we had a security guard in. There was an affray.
do. A fight.
No, actually, it was not a fight. But what happened was, this was a bar. And this type of bar was catered to gay people. It was a gay bar.
Mhm.
And we had
You mean happy?
no, the other, well, yeah, they were happy people. But we got a call one night, and, this is before it was time for our guard to go in for the night, that something had happened and they needed us.
Somebody set off a.
So I get there, and everybody's outside. In the fire departments, there were these huge fans.
Yeah.
Someone had gone through a tear gas bomb in there,
Yeah.
military type.
Uh-huh.
And so everybody, it was kind of funny to see them standing outside crying. I won't go in. But I was just like, okay, all's well, goodbye. And I kept on, I wasn't stopping. I'm just like, oh, happy days. But yeah, that's one way to
Happy
clear.
Watts.
Happy days. That's one way to clear out a bar.
not
Now-
the Sunday
Something
Monday.
else.
I could have said happy days.
That's what I
That's
thought
what
you
you
said.
said.
I mean, they were happy. They were like, whew.
Well,
They're the nicest people. That was probably the best account we ever had
yeah.
to work. Fun.
There have been some times on some guys, some 3 Marines from Lejeune. They like to travel to Wilmington. They used to do a lot in Wilmington. They said the women were friendlier towards them as Marines than
Yeah.
the people who were around here. 'Cause I don't know why, but that's what they used to say to folks. But anyway, they went into a bar there and they got hit on. There were nothing but a bunch of men in there, and they got hit on. And then there was some a case of the whoop-ass, and you got arrested for it.
The Marines did?
Yeah, and anyway, one of the gay guys, he was beat up pretty bad. He went on national TV. They brought him up to New York, flew him up there. I forgot his name, golly, but he was famous for it.
Liberace?
No. He was famous down in Jacksonville for making the news and going real public with the whole deal. So anyway,
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name right now.
Anyway,
I can't think of the name.
Yeah, his name got changed because it sounded like something else. It was funny, and I can't remember any of that. Whatever.
But this was we had the best time working at that place. They treated us so well, and they were so friendly, and it was so funny.
I've never, when we had to do,
we had
work,
no issues working there.
We even law enforcement doesn't have very much in the way of issues.
No, we had our first time we sent this one guy over to work, his very first night. We didn't tell him what kind of bar it was.
Oh boy.
And I won't go into the visit I got from him the next day, chewing me out. But he ended up staying there and he loved it. I mean, the people were just so wonderful to work with. But you talk about the young Marines. We would get a lot of young Marines come in there too that would actually go to the route of the wigs, the face paint, I had a great time there.
You ever been to a drag queen contest or anything?
Yes, I have. Yes.
No.
They're kind of funny.
As a observer, but
well, you would not be labeled as a drag queen.
Well, and there was some drag queens that would go into Friends Bar. They would have shows and stuff like that too.
Right. Yeah.
So
they're not necessarily gay.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of young Marines that participated that weren't gay.
Right.
They just enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. Did you remember Romper Room?
Yes.
I used to have a romper.
Mrs. What? Mrs. Oh golly, yeah, she sat on a little chair. It was slightly bigger than the little kid's chair.
Yeah,
not much.
But I remember the one I remember is where she looked at a mirror, and I see. So I'm going to do that right now. So romper stomper romper room. Tell me who do I see out there today? I see Robert and Elsie and Beverly.
Hey, Robert, Elsie, and Beverly. Thank y'all. Good morning to y'all.
That's my little romper room. What would you do for a Kit Kat bar?
Are you okay? How much chocolate have you had?
Boy, he came in wired this morning.
It was like, wow.
He thinks my donut to wearing off from yesterday. That's what it is. He doesn't want it to happen.
Thank you for the. Oh, it's a dark
chocolate.
Yes, I'm looking this. This is one to treasure, isn't it?
Yum yum yum.
I need hot chocolate with this one, don't I? A cup of hot chocolate and this after the show would be just right. Okay. Have you ever feared going to your car and finding somebody inside it?
No.
Like when you get up, get ready to go to work?
No.
That's not ever been a thought?
No, because I keep mine very locked.
Well, a lot of people do, but people get in the cars that are locked.
And that when I open the door, the first thing I do is, always glance.
You remember that there was either Alfred Hitchcock show or Twilight Zone where the woman was driving along and somebody was trying to get her attention to get her to stop and all that sort of good stuff. She wouldn't do it.
Then comes the face in the rearview mirror.
No, and then she pulled in to get some gasoline and the attendant walked out there to her and he said, "Ma'am, get out of your car, please." And there was a guy in the back seat. She'd been driving with him back there. He was obviously had ill intentions. But anyway, bring you up to speed. The wife of a former state senator here in North Carolina, up there in Edenton, Marie Steinberg told a WITN reporter that she walked to her car early Monday morning.
That's Bob's wife.
The car was in her driveway, and she was preparing to drive to work. There was a man in the back seat, cuddled up with her Christmas blanket wrapped around him. He was wearing the traditional uniform of jail inmates, an orange jumpsuit. Apparently calmer than most people that I know, she asked him, "What are you doing?" He politely told her he was cold and hungry. She said, just stay there. I'll be right back. That you need a coat. So she went inside the house. The ex-senator was there. She told him about the situation. Well, he called 911.
Mm-hmm.
Police got there. The guy was gone. He left so fast that he left his jail-issued flip-flops behind. They were orange also. It was cold Monday morning. So he's running around with a jumpsuit on and no shoes on at that time. Police combed the area, found him within just a few minutes, and took him to a warmer place. Charles Babb had escaped from the Shawan County Jail, and he'd made it all the way to that parked car. He's back in jail now, charged with jail escape, breaking into the Steinberg garage, breaking into their car, stealing the Christmas blanket, and possession of that stolen Christmas blanket. He's now confined to the Shawan Bed and Breakfast under a bond of $500,000. His original offense was breaking into the American Legion post and stealing $480 in cash.
Wow.
No details on how he managed to get away from the jail in the first place. No doubt someone has been explaining it to the sheriff, I'm sure.
Right.
He doesn't listen to our program because he would have heard Dr. Rose last week mention that colds can be started with your feet or your head.
Yep.
And he obviously didn't listen to that. I saw you look those eyes this way.
Yeah, I was just like, when you said that, that's Bob Steinberg, former representative, former senator.
Sir, yeah.
He may be running again.
Back to Lenore County we go.
Oh,
Lenore County is one of those. A
K-Town.
35-year-old woman whose mugshot made her look like she was at least twice that age. She could sue the sheriff's office for that picture, by the way. Is in the jail charged with multiple drug trafficking charges. Investigators say Winter Watson was distributing fentanyl throughout the county. Miss Watson was officially charged with 4 counts of distributing opium or heroin. That's a generic charge. It'll take a cool $500,000 to get her out of jail, though. Winter Watson. Too bad her last name wasn't Summer. Winter Summer.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, well. That's all about got there. Over in Forsyth County, a tragic situation.
Terrible.
This is awful. Resulting from a fight between 2 students on the campus of Forsyth High School. High school fights have been going on forever, since before we were born. Students generally exchange punches for any number of reasons. A girl is very often the case. Something posted on social media these days, name calling, threats, didn't like what happened in gym class. Fighting can result in unintended consequences, as happened at that school yesterday morning. The school resource officer called for backup as soon as he heard about the altercation. Not exactly sure what went down or why yet, but one of the kids died. Neither the sheriff nor the police chief were giving any details of what actually happened.
Crazy.
But Governor Josh Stein posted a note on social media saying, in his words, the stabbing that occurred at North Forsyth High School is both shocking and horrible. From that, we can deduct that some sort of weapon was apparently involved. Governor Stein, as the former Attorney General for North Carolina, should have known better.
It's terrible.
Just listen to what they're, because they had a reason for not putting it out there. One of the reasons you don't do that, you don't want to incite this whole deal. And they're trying to contain a situation. And obviously, right after the fact, there's no telling what would have been going on. So thank you, Governor. Appreciate it.
It's just like that governor that went and posted false information, and when those 2 National Guardsmen were shot.
Right. And
it
From
posted
from West Virginia.
Yeah,
Said they were both dead.
that they were dead, and they weren't.
No.
And then had to backtrack.
then had to backtrack again because she did pass away.
Yeah, that was absolutely right. But think about it it was too soon after it all had happened. How did he know that her family even knew yet? I mean, or his family. It was just way too soon.
There are things that just shut up about.
Yes.
And that was one of them. They just shut up.
As much as we
let
want to
the
know.
locals release it It's not up to you.
That's right.
They were on the scene. Let them release it. Then they can tell you. Now, there may be a fact that they want to give you the information and let you put it out there because it was the West Virginia National Guard.
Right.
I can understand that, but just don't take the bull by the horns and do it.
Well, I noticed so
ears and eyes on the ground.
The Forsyth Police Department, they were being very limited on what they said, other than the fact that everything's good now. We've got everything under control, but these days, you see a lot of people that have the need to have to know every single detail right then and there.
Yeah.
So they can stretch it and gossip and talk about it and analyze it. And I'm not in agreement with that. Get all your facts.
Well, yesterday there was a shooting at Kentucky State.
Yeah.
What I found interesting was it was one of the lead stories. Another shooting on campus. This was a targeted one, according to the governor. It was targeted.
Yep.
I think it was domestic related.
Yeah. I also found interesting was when they interviewed two of the students. Yeah, we were just chilling, in a semester, chilling, waiting for our test. Who'd have thought that there'd be shooting on college campuses?
Everybody except the college kids, I guess. Apparently,
I guess
clueless.
Okay, well, I mean,
think about look at. Go back to all of those interviews that that night show Leno used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go on the streets and talk to pick college kids, okay, and pick. Where's the nation's capital? Who's buried in Grant's tomb?
They can't answer those questions.
Well, I can tell you who can is Professor Tom Duty's students in Greenville at East Carolina, because
I bet you
he holds them to the fire.
Uh-huh.
We talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about one of the students, but when Tom teaches, you better know what.
Pay attention
and know what you're doing. So
he's watching you. He's
hi,
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hi to Tracy and Ricky. I see him through the Romper Stomper room mirror.
It never did warm up yesterday before it started getting colder again last night. The heat index icon on my weather instrument said put on another blanket. Highs here were in the low 40s yesterday. I don't know whether you guys watched it, but I watched it here all day. And keep in mind that it's still only officially fall. Winter is still more than a week away. Today, out at 20 nautical miles, a gale warning goes into effect this afternoon, and it remains that way until tonight later. Southwesterly winds today, 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, building to 5 to 7 every 11 seconds in the afternoon. Oh, they're going to be far apart, but big 5 to 7 footers. Sounds and rivers choppy. Hello. Where did my mic go? There it is. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming very rough in the afternoon. Thursday, tomorrow, northwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the morning, seas 4 to 6 every 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers will be choppy tomorrow. Northwesterly winds on Friday, 10 to 15, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon, 2 to 3 footers. Sounds and rivers a little calmer with a moderate chop.
Today, sunny with a high near 58. Light southwest wind increasing 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 25. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 36. Thursday, sunny with a high near 49. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low of 27. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 54. And watch out for next week. Monday,
Heat.
Early in the week, next week.
The heat is on?
Cold.
No. Chill index.
Cold.
Not a heat
Cold
index.
at night.
It was warm enough yesterday to clean the pool.
Why don't you just tip it over?
Hold over 5,000 gallons of
Oh,
water.
you're little. I thought it was a kiddie pool. Just
No. It's,
why? Did you just
do?
clean it,
What
or
did you do with the water?
the water's still in there. I just saw
Okay.
some leaves had gotten in underneath the.
did you have a cover for it?
Yeah, but
Did you
some-
winterize it?
Winterize it?
Antifreeze.
Did you winterize the water? Did you?
Did you pour
And
antifreeze
pour-
in it? You should have put about 5 gallons of antifreeze in it.
No, there's a winterizer kit that you
Oh.
can get, and you pour those chemicals in there and put your cover on there. Turn it off, let it sit, and
I might do that. I didn't know that there was such
The
a
Yes.
thing.
thing about the pump is going to be the critical thing. If it's outside,
Well, the pump runs every day for 2 hours.
well, see, once you winterize it and put a
During the
cover on it,
day.
you don't have to turn your pump on.
when it gets cold at night, it's just water sitting in that pump.
Yeah,
You need to
If it
disconnect
freezes
it,
up, then you
right?
can we'll get you a new pump.
thank you. I'm going to do all that if I don't play golf today. 25-mile-an-hour winds is perfect to play golf because you
If
get
it's
that extra
behind you.
yardage. If it's behind you, yeah.
If you shoot it, you're knocking that ball
Need
forward
that
and the wind's
wind.
blowing
You
towards you.
hit, well, you hit the worm burner.
Need
Uh-huh.
that wind to carry that ball. Hey, look at there. That was a great shot. Yeah.
We've got Dr. Rosemary Stein coming up in a couple of minutes, and then Peter Wright's going to be joining us again this morning. And Lee, since you couldn't find him, he'll come see you now. No, that was you. Who was looking for him?
We found him.
You found him.
No,
Okay.
And he was Saturday we found him, and Chris Burt was sitting behind us
Okay.
waiting to see him, and he helped both of us.
Oh,
And
good.
then he called Kathy on Sunday with
Yeah.
some exciting news that,
She's got money.
she's got something that she doesn't know she had. And
Excellent.
so Peter's very, very good. And for those that didn't take advantage of his free services, shame on you.
And we'll find out tomorrow because there's still
Right.
some other stuff that can be done.
Yeah.
In case you did the wrong thing.
I guess gave Peter my information. He said, "You're good to go." And I
Yeah.
went, "Okay, thanks. Work on Kathy."
Well, it looks like a bunch of foreigners with visas, those who came here legally with their visas, are getting booted from the United States. 85,000 of them. Of those, 8,000 are students.
Wow.
What the heck's going on? According to the State Department, their visas are being revoked and they're being sent packing. Why? Because those getting the boot have been convicted of driving while impaired, stealing, and assault. That accounts for about half of the 85,000. The State Department, in response to questions, said it's because the administration, that's the Trump administration, is tightening down on who can actually visit the United States. Anyone who poses a threat to the safety and well-being of Americans, they've got to leave, as determined by the State Department and the administration. Those wanting to visit the U.S., the ones who need visas for something other than tourist visits, are also being denied if they have a criminal history in other places. Seems we're going to become a bit more selective in the future. What's going to raise a lot of questions? The administration is ordering immigration folks to reject any foreigners who have participated in censorship or attempted censorship of protected speech in the United States. I don't even know what that means. Last week, the State Department announced a new visa restriction policy in response to a wave of brutal anti-Christian attacks in Nigeria. I can understand that. Targeting those accused of orchestrating religious violence against Christians in the West African nation and around the world, they're not going to get here. Question, though, does the Muslim faith, Islam, actually call for attacks on non-believers? You've heard this. The Quran, they say, says that, you're not, if they're a non-believer, you're to kill them. I found that in the Quran, by the way, when I was given a copy of it.
Did you read the whole thing?
No, you can't read that.
That's
Take
a lot to
forever.
read.
Gene Youngblood is a guest columnist in the Florida Times Union, a newspaper published in Jacksonville, Florida. The Quran, he says, dictates repeatedly that its followers must convert you to Islam or kill you if you refuse to convert. Much of the Quran speaks not about religion, but only about how one must submit. It commands how one must live, dress, treat women and slaves, and practice jihad. That's what this guest columnist wrote. If the State Department and the administration believe this to be true, is that enough to prohibit those who follow Islam to be refused entry into the United States or even to be kicked out of the United States? How's that for a tough question today? Pretty sure there will be
Really?
none who want to discuss this without going ballistic this morning, one way or the other. So after we finish with Dr. Rose here this morning, you'll have a few minutes. Feel free to give us a call. The number will be 910-333-0139. We might change it later on today just in case.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But-
I'm kidding.
But for what you just said, Ricky was mentioning he got put in Facebook jail for saying something
About the
similar.
Quran? Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
That's what yep. That happens a lot. If you attack the Quran, Facebook will nail you.
I will tell you.
We're not saying it. We're just reporting what other people are like.
Right. Yeah. I don't see as many people going to Facebook jail as it used to be. Ever since when a new administration came in, and Mark Zuckerberg now is sorry
Buddy.
for doing this or whatever, and now he's doing this and he's eased up on it. But yeah, you have to be careful. You still have a responsibility for what you say.
Yes.
You do.
You can say it's my First Amendment right to do what and say what I want to, but you still have the responsibility for what you say. So
I want yesterday they reported that gas prices were down. I mean, they were talking about Trump's the economy, and people are not happy with his administration, what he's done so far. And they were talking about gas prices were down 13%, below $3 for the first time in 4 years. Yesterday, all the gas stations in Jacksonville raised their gas prices.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
$2.95 is the national average right now.
And that's what they went to. And they went to $2.95.
They heard us yesterday morning.
They went to $2.95. Now I went to Sam's.
Did you get there in time?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Still 246?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the other ones had in the morning they were around 260 average, and then last night they were all close to 295.
They heard us yesterday morning
It's not-
talking
it's
about the
not bad.
national
What
average.
they're hearing is they're getting their orders from headquarters.
They ran right out there and boosted it.
It will make the administration look bad if you increase your gas prices.
Well,
That's what they're doing.
And some of these though are locally owned.
Yep, they increase it because their delivery people increase it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's not done at the gas station itself, I don't believe.
There's no gas stations anymore.
That's
They're
true.
convenience stores.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, that happen to sell gas.
Well, right now I've been getting mine at the Circle K. That's Dr. Rose because it's cheaper than Sam's with my card until my promo runs out.
I need to check I need to ask Dr. Rose about the inventory in her toy box.
Dr. Rose, Chris has a question for you this morning.
Okay.
Morning, Dr. Rose.
I'm hearing about toy boxes.
I was just seeing if anything was good in there now. Still, I know everything is.
I got the Christmas goodies out.
Oh my! Oh, that's cool. Do you have any frost on the pumpkins up there this morning?
It's been frosty in the morning for several days now. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know if pumpkins or any other kind of vegetation. But they all have frost right now.
Yeah, collards and pumpkins are primarily what you think about this time of year, but and so if they got frost on the collards, it's time you can cook some collards in. My grandmother wouldn't cook them unless you did that or froze them first.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Are you a collard
Good to
person?
Oh, somebody's calling in too.
I love collards. I love
I do too.
collards. Yeah, I love Brussels sprouts, all those greeny things that I
Right.
hated when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've been shown wrong.
Well, my grandmother could cook collards. My mother learned how to cook from her mother and her husband's mother, my dad's mom. She learned to really put some good seasoning in the collards, so that was good. And the only other ones I've ever had that were good were down at Emerald Isle at a restaurant there, and they had something called Tom's Collards. And Tom used to work there.
Restaurant still with is that restaurant still around?
Yes, it is. Carib Sea.
Wow. What is it again?
Caribe, as in Caribbean, Carib Sea. It's named after a vessel that was that sank off of Cape Lookout many years ago. So
Sounds
there's a wreck
yummy.
out there called the Carib Sea.
Nice.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, when you're down that way, that's just go there and go on up to the top, and you can get a meal served up there, or you can just it's a bar. You can go in and grab the drink, and then you can get. I love the oysters Rockefeller because it's got the Tom's collards under it, or you can get a bowl of Tom's collards separately if you like the collards. It's got bacon.
You know,
in it.
I'm looking at this headline right now about a stomach bug, and you keep talking food.
Well, we were going to ask about that.
A bunch of
norovirus.
Norovirus. A bunch of cruise ships have experienced over the last few months all sorts of nasty bugs.
The norovirus is a particularly nasty bug. It hangs on to you, makes you feel sick. Spreads so fast, and sometimes you just don't know where you're catching it from. You're thinking you're doing everything right, and there you are, you have norovirus. But those kids who have that, they really feel sick.
Yeah, well, they're keeping everybody aboard the ship until it's cleansed and all that sort of good stuff. And I heard yesterday the one vessel, it's been at sea for like a month, and it's a lot.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and they're having to stay confined to their quarters. And you know how big those quarters are on a cruise ship, right?
That makes you not want to go on one of those cruises.
Well, that's what I've been thinking.
Well, the CDC put out a warning that it's spreading across the country now, and it's really hard to kill it.
I think they've had 21 different cruise lines or cruise ships have had it on board in the past year.
Dr. Rose, is there a shot, like the flu shot and all these other shots that we take?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Oh my!
It's a little different from the rest of the viruses, so that it's just having the flu shot doesn't give you immunity, even partially, to the norovirus. I think the norovirus is most similar. I want to say maybe to polio in its structure, not to its symptoms.
Right.
You know, I'm just thinking about the taking vaccines before you go, though. I think probably right now I'd go get a whole regimen of everything because that stuff can spread from one line of the cruise ship to the other very quickly. You got 5,000 or 2,000 passengers on board.
I would prefer to cancel and do it some other time because there's something wrong about that. There's this many cruise ships have it. So that would be me. I would be super cautious. I'd rather lose maybe, a couple $1,000 cancellation fee. Say I'm going to use it for later, just waiting for this whole illness thing to pass over.
Yeah.
And I think I'd rather have my health than some cancellation fee. But that's just me.
Yeah, spend all that money and then you get aboard the boat and you can't leave your quarters. Yeah.
Well, here's something.
If you're super sick, perhaps. Oh, no.
Well, here's something I just read. I just learned about the norovirus. It's also called the winter vomiting disease. Right when he's taking a drink.
That's really special.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You get it, and it sticks. This thing sticks with you. And like a couple weeks later, they've come in and they just still look green. And I'm like, oh wow! I hope I don't catch that.
Well, actually, on board ship has got another name. It's called the chumming virus. You'll hang over the side and you'll be chumming for fish.
Funny was coming.
Wow. Well, what are some of the ways that we can protect ourselves from getting this?
But don't go on a cruise ship.
That would be one. But I mean, it starts from somebody somewhere aboard the cruise ships, and apparently it's gone from one ship to another somehow or another. What about those of us who are not going to be cruising? What do we do?
It's the regular precautions. Lots of hand washing. Make sure that you wash your veggies and fruit really well. And then the other things are, immune supplements in the winter are a very good idea. lots and lots of water, because water can flush through any bacteria or viruses that you have in your intestine, so that it doesn't stick to you. And then just if you hear of an outbreak of something in your town, don't just go and eat out.
No.
Stay home.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Dr. Rose, I have a question. I notice a lot of people wearing masks.
A resurgence.
Well, a resurgence, but I'm just wondering, is that really wise to do? Because if you're wearing a mask, this is Chris's take on it. Probably not a very good one, but if you're wearing a mask, if you're wearing a mask, you're not getting your immune system accustomed to getting immune to things, if that makes sense.
And I agree with you completely. And the younger you are, the more likely that wearing a mask is going to be harmful to you. And not to bring up the past, but oversaying that and just having common sense and looking at the kids and how they were doing their math. When I expressed that, the North Carolina Medical Board came after me and tried to actually take my license away, just for stating common sense.
Wow.
That children should not be masked in their classrooms. And look at us 4 years later, and we realize how much harm we did to the children. So, but adults are the same, and it's just that in children you can cause a lot of emotional harm. We've already, we've spent so much time telling people that they shouldn't be masked up, that it's scary to ourselves and to others from a mental health standpoint. But for your immune system, your cardiac system, just wearing a mask and walking around is really not good for your body.
Yeah, one of the things that
because you have
even when I did wear the mask, and I wore it basically because it was a requirement to get into a grocery store to buy stuff, right?
But, it's just something for families to think about. That's not a good thing to do.
But when I saw people walking on the street and they got a mask on, I saw people driving in their personal cars, not another soul in the car, and they had masks on. I'm like, what in the world have we become? And then even when I had a mask on, I noticed a decrease in my O2 intake. You do not get as much air with any kind of mask that I've ever seen that you get without a mask. It's air reduction.
I did a lot of observation and studies at that time, just personal studies during that time to see if their oxygen would decrease as they were wearing masks. It would decrease very suddenly. What I did see is it would go from like 99 down to 95, let's say, or 96, and then come right back up. What I did notice is that the children became tachycardic, which means their heart rate would come up by about 20 to 30 beats per minute. So instead of their little hearts beating at 100 to 110, just normally, when they were wearing masks for a period of time, their heart rate was coming up to 140 because their hearts were beating faster to be able to get the CO2 out.
Yep.
So I thought that was very interesting, and that's what I told my community, and I thought that there was a valid point because we'd been observing children for a year and a half, but really wearing these masks for somebody who has a cardiac problem, is a child, is actually counterproductive.
I noticed it even when I was walking through the grocery store, because I tried to make my trips as quickly as possible. I was kind of winded when I got outside. I'd rip that blasted mask off and take some air, and my head would clear. Literally, I'd get fresh air and it would clear. When you dive, those little mouthpieces you got called a regulator, you got really high pressure on that tank coming off your back. So you could, but only once, take a breath of 2,000 pound per square inch air coming in your direction, because that'll blow everything out of you. But so your regulator reduces the pressure down to a usable point, and it keeps it regulated generally at about 125 psi. It actually helps you. It's less strenuous breathing air from a regulator than it is when you're just breathing air out in the public. I just can't imagine how much the reduction was wearing that stupid mask.
Yeah,
I know. There was no talking sense into people, and now, hindsight is 2020. We know that we didn't protect anybody, and we harmed people. So,
Yeah.
If you have a Christmas party, get together, family gathering, and you don't feel well, once again, sort of like that cruise line, just don't go.
Just don't go.
Stay at home.
That's it.
Don't go. Stay home.
Watch
Don't come
TV.
in with a mask.
Yeah.
Don't come in with a mask.
Tell them to send you pictures. It'll be okay.
Yeah. See you at next year's party.
Sometimes a mask has little to do with it. It's your hand.
Yeah, that's
Focus
it.
on your hand.
That's the other part. All right, Dr. Rose, you getting ready for Christmas?
Well, no, not really, but it's okay. Cause, the children, I was going to do prizes for the children, and we're picking a few kids that have had a really rough year, maybe
Okay.
lost their moms
nice.
and lost their dads.
Nice, sweet.
And we're going to love on them and get them nice gifts and
That's good.
cheer them up a little bit.
Are you planning a trip down into the Caribbean for Christmas?
No, not for Christmas. Hannah's coming home.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good
nice.
then. All right.
Yay.
Just want to make sure.
Yay, Hannah.
Families together somewhere or another. That's all right.
That's all right.
That's right.
We'll take Hannah's place. We'll be.
We'll just go down. Hey, is her place going to
toys.
is her place going to be vacant while she's here?
You are welcome to it. I'll just let her know to
Tell her to leave the
where
key.
she needs to leave the
Let me
key.
know where the key is. We'll be down. We'd have a
Yeah.
blast.
All right.
All right, Dr. Rose,
Sounds
thank
like
you.
the plan.
We're not taking a
All
cruise
right.
ship.
I'll see you next week. You
All
guys
right.
have a great week.
All right.
Have a
You
blessed
too,
week,
Dr.
Dr.
Rose.
Rose.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Dr. Rose.
nice.
Kathy, if you're out there now, give us a call. We can't handle but one call on the air at a time
Yeah.
yet. But still,
And
I think I'm gonna keep it that way. I can fix it, but I don't like it.
so while we wait for a phone call, I need to do my very best to explain Saturday's wreath laying ceremonies
Go right
because
ahead. The floor is yours.
there is so much confusion. I am going to try the best as I can. So our group, Wreaths Honoring Our Fallen Veterans, we raise donations for both cemeteries. Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery, we raise wreaths for that cemetery. We raised them for Onza Memorial Park Cemetery on 258. And total, the group that this family is part of raised over 3,000 wreaths
Nice.
between the two cemeteries.
Sure.
Because a veteran, as I said from the very beginning, back on December 15th last year, a veteran is a veteran. It doesn't matter to me where they're buried. They're a
Sure.
veteran. Right, sir. So Onza Memorial Park has never had a ceremony until this year. So it's the first annual wreath laying ceremony at Onza Memorial Park, Highway 258 at 9 a.m.
Saturday,
Saturday, December
y'all.
13th. Now, and I don't really want to speak for the group that runs Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery.
Okay, let me help you all out here
Okay.
just a little bit. The group that runs the coastal cemetery, the
Mhm.
veteran cemetery out there,
Yes.
where we all know, you're not a part of the group, but you gather wreaths for them just like you do, or anybody can do, right?
Yes.
So you have organized an effort to put wreaths out there.
Yes. So of their 5,800, our group, Wreaths Honoring Our Fallen Veterans, donated 1,800 of them, or
Okay.
got
Right.
1,800 donated
Right.
to that one. And their group, Cunningham Civil Air Patrol, runs their ceremony.
Right.
That's their deal, their thing. Now, what I've heard is they're letting families go between 9 and 10 to lay the wreaths at Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery.
If you bought one.
If you bought one for your specific family
Right.
member that's there. Then at 12 o'clock, they'll have the public ceremony, and then they'll lay out the rest of the wreaths.
That is correct.
For Onslow Memorial Park, it's just one ceremony at 9 a.m., military oriented. And I think I read that now at Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery this year, they decided to go and do a military.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Okay.
After they heard that we were doing ours.
Okay, so it's two of them going to be done.
Yes,
All right.
yes. So you can come out to Onslow Memorial Park, help us lay the 1,100 wreaths out there. You still have time to go out to the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. Sure. We're not in a competition. We're out there for veterans,
well,
period.
You did it for both.
Right.
Yeah, we did it for both.
Oh, okay.
And so there's some
So
confusion.
if you bought a wreath, grave specific, for your loved one at Coastal Veterans Cemetery,
Or if,
you can go between 9
Yep.
and 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. They will have those in a particular area underneath a tent. You will pick it up there, go place it on the grave of your loved one. You can come back later for their program at 12 o'clock,
Yep.
which then they allow the public to go finish placing the wreaths.
on,
And you can
on
be a
all
part
of the
of
other
that.
graves.
That is the Veterans Cemetery.
Mhm.
And then Chris is the cemetery on 258.
Onslow Memorial.
Everything starts at 9 a.m. Saturday morning
Correct.
and finishes when you're done with laying the
Should be
wreaths.
by 10:15, 10:30. Yeah.
See, so you can go to that one and help, and then you can go to the other one and help. If you've got a grave-specific wreath that you want to put out at Coastal Veterans, go between 9 and 10, get it, put it on the grave, do your thing, and then leave and go to Onslow Memorial.
Got it.
So
Okay. You may,
It'll
have,
all
you,
work
you may
out.
have loved ones in both locations. You don't know.
well,
I don't know.
you know, my main focus is my dad every
Yeah.
year
Mhm.
at Coastal Veterans. So,
Well, and mine is my dad, and John.
Right.
John will take care of that
right,
while we're out.
your
at-
brothers will
at-
take care of
yeah.
that. Good.
And so, yeah, we have a lot of groups coming out to Onslow Memorial Park on Saturday, and some are
That's very
come
nice.
out and help out to unload the truck on
Right.
Friday morning at 9, which may make me unavailable here, but it's all for a good cause. It's to put wreaths on veterans' grave sites, and it doesn't
Mhm.
matter where. It really doesn't.
Do you need some help?
Yeah,
you
I
need some
just-
help unloading the wreaths at Onslow?
I think we have some the recruiters, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines that have a recruiting office over in Branchwood. They're going to get some of their
Voluntold.
voluntold to come out there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, everything's good. But there was some confusion over all of that, and I'm not
You'll have
gonna-
two different groups doing two different things, and it can get confusing.
Well, it can, and
If
we're
you
not.
got it straight.
Yeah, we're not the only.
Right.
Newbern is a national cemetery.
Yep.
Right.
But they also have, as Onslow Memorial is here, they have a private or a whatever community cemetery where they
Right.
have veterans there. So they face the same situation we're facing. It's just this is the first year Onslow's ever had a ceremony.
Well, the whole Wreaths Across America started with the purpose of covering veteran cemeteries.
Sure.
Yes.
And so that's what Onslow County has always focused on every year is our Veterans State Cemetery.
State cemeteries.
Now you came along, and well, state and federal, but ours is a state here.
Well,
You came along and branched it out to where you want to put wreaths over at Onslow Memorial, which is great. Wonderful.
nothing wrong with that.
But the whole Wreaths Across America program started and is focused on veteran cemeteries.
Mhm.
But like Newbern, Chris has helped expand it here in Onslow.
Well, in a town like Jacksonville or a town like Wilmington, you're going to have folks
Yeah.
buried all over.
And
Well,
it
yeah.
should, and well, you know what? We shouldn't be struggling to cover.
Yes.
No, we
Should
shouldn't
not
at all.
be struggling to cover.
Both cemeteries were about 400 short at
Mhm.
Onslow Memorial. Coastal is about 1,900 short, I think.
Mhm.
But for a military town, especially, Lee, you're right.
It's-
We
it's
should
sad.
not be short at all.
It's sad. Veterans Parade, we have a very low turnout. When it's time to put out yellow ribbons during November to recognize our veterans, you see very few yellow ribbons. The green lights that we're supposed to use during November Do you see many porches with green lights on it? No, we don't ever even think of our veterans until something happens.
Mhm.
And then we come together, which is great. But yeah, this is a veteran neighborhood. I mean, we need to do more for our veterans.
Is Peter not here today?
As far as I know, he was supposed to be
He said he
here.
was going to be here.
There he is
Ah.
right there.
Speaking of which,
So I hope that was good. I hope
There
I
he
was able
comes.
to clarify everything, and I just hope
Yeah, she
everybody
did a
shows
good
up.
job.
Saturday will be cold no matter what location you're going to be at. It is going to be cold. Dress appropriately for it. And
just like I go to a ball game, huh?
Mhm.
yeah,
Here you go.
yeah, you were decked out
You better
Friday.
believe I couldn't
You were
hardly
Saturday
walk.
night. Saturday, yeah, you were decked out.
Jeez.
You looked like you were going hunting.
Well, that was to keep from getting shot.
You were at home. You were
Yeah.
at Cardinal Stadium. You weren't. The last thing you were going to do is get shot because of the photos you take, which
Well,
people are
it's-
still
it-
talking
it's-
about.
It's not by them, and the only other person there that would even think about it, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he was standing beside it.
I know. I've already bought some new boots for
can't
next
even,
year.
He can't even do. Well, I just shut up now. Give me another
Okay.
cookie.
So how cold is Saturday going to be?
It's so cold.
Let's see.
Icicles.
30 when it starts.
Okay, well, my car was frozen this morning, and but I borrowed it from my son because mine's off the road at the moment. And
Well, he had the air conditioner on.
there's no aircon and there's no heater. So, so to drive here to stop it steaming up, I've got to have a window open.
Oh my God.
So I'm quite cold. Feel me?
It's cold.
You see?
Good Lord.
And that was. This is the coldest.
If you didn't wear a coat in.
No, this is all right. I thought I would be okay. I forgot that it didn't have a heater.
Good.
She would turn the heat back on.
About the
It's 76
norovirus.
degrees now.
Well, my son's had the car for 12 years. It was meant to be he'd have it
A
for
starter.
2 years while he was at college,
Uh,
and he's still got it. But he keeps it as a spare car in case he ever needs
A
it.
clunker.
well,
yeah.
fortunately, we know somebody that's an expert in health insurance. I'm sure that it helped you too, right?
Does
Yeah.
it cover the virus you're about to get?
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. What's going on? Let's say I got calls through about 9 o'clock Sunday night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, not
In
surprised.
desperation, they were calling me.
Yeah.
Same person, Olivia. And there's several others, but Olivia was the latest one. Call and call and call and call and call. Then miraculously on Monday, I didn't get any more calls, but then I just started getting calls from somebody that wants me to go ahead and sign up to get buried. That started again.
Yeah.
I got 2 calls on Monday about that. I got up seeing the second call, so maybe they'll all take a message.
Well, I'm afraid you got some relief right now. Not afraid. I'm glad you got some relief right now. Maybe not on the funeral side, but from the health side anyway. But don't rest too long, because the 1st of January open enrollment period begins for Medicare. And
Wait.
Right? Uh-oh.
Open enrollment begins on January 1st.
yeah, that's when people, it's there for people if they've, maybe they've picked a new plan, or they're in a,
Okay.
and they've found that a doctor isn't in the network,
Yeah.
or it's for anybody, that has an advantage
Because
plan.
the new plan, all of the new plans go into effect on January 1st, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you get your notification say, oh, yeah, and here's your list of doctors or whatever. And, oh, I wanted this one. No, we can't do that one. But they can go make a change.
If for instance, if you find a doctor isn't in the network, or one of your drugs isn't covered, or you don't like the plan, you can make a change.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, the people that I've seen, we've looked at all the plans, because I'm qualified for all the plans, so I'm licensed with, or contracted with all the carriers for Onzo. We've looked at every single plan here and made a choice. So
Mhm.
do not be talked into another plan, because these people are not meant to be phoning you anyway. You're not meant to market during open enrollment period. Likewise, you're not meant to receive phone calls during annual enrollment period.
Can I
just finished?
How can we track them down? We need to set up a sting and invite them to come see us.
It would be lovely if we could do that.
Wouldn't it be just a wonderful thing? Wonderful proposition.
Peter helped Kathy out so well Saturday, and she's still getting phone calls. And we'd like to say, okay, well, look here, we're going to help you out. Call 252-675-4488 and talk to a real professional.
Yeah, if you guys have got a question now, and maybe you signed up and you kind of regretted, you found out something's already happened. Well, it hasn't really gone into effect yet. It doesn't go into effect. Whatever you're on now is what you were on yesterday and last month. Nothing's changed until the 1st of January.
Yeah, that's right.
So on the 1st of January, you can go back and correct the mistakes that you made or that were made for you by some scammer out there.
Well, in other words, you can during OEP, if that's what is that what you're saying? During open enrollment period, you can, if you were pushed into a plan and you actually don't want to be in that plan. And I have had a couple of people that have been, were pushed that way.
You get a do-over.
And if you haven't noticed it, you can change that during January, February, March, but only do that if you want to do it. Don't listen to the people that phone you, because this year, 2025, each January, February, March, and it actually continued because there was a weather-related special enrollment period as well. So it carried on until about July. I had about 6 people each month being changed from, it was normally from a Blue Cross plan to a different plan, a chronic plan. I won't say the carrier, but you can probably guess. And when I compared the drugs, it was still cheaper for virtually everybody. I think there was one person where it may have been cheaper with the chronic plan.
But you won't know that unless you check it.
But they wanted, you can't believe what they say over the phone, because they're not putting the drugs in and then putting a different pharmacist in and seeing where you can get your drugs the cheapest. If you do that, almost everybody, I think there was 15 out of 16 people that I changed back.
So 15 people made a mistake. One did okay.
One decided to stay with it because they thought they'd try it out. The benefits were still richer on the Blue Cross, but they thought, well, I've got it done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just stay there. And that's a personal choice. Yeah. But if you, especially anybody that's seen me, we've looked at all the plans, including chronic plans, whatever is available, and we picked the right one for you. So stay in it.
Yeah. Unless you can show some compelling reason, and I would, even if they want to tell you this and this and this and this and this, if they don't put it into writing, it's not worth beans. Do not sign it. Don't agree to sign it. But before I would ever even consider it, I'd want you to put it in writing and let me see it. And then I'm going to take it to you. But nobody will do that, will they?
And they just say this about Peter. And again, we were there Saturday. Peter spent time looking at Kathy's because she has some medical conditions. And Peter took the time, a lot of time, even facing the clock, and people were waiting to see Peter, but he took the time and the effort to put Kathy in the right plan. Then followed it up with a phone call on Sunday, because Peter doesn't just take your paperwork, sign it, and you sign it, and he just leaves you. He found out some more information that benefited Kathy.
Oh, called her
and told her about it. And that's the type of person you want to deal with. Not these people on the phone. Not the people on the phone.
No. They can tell you anything they want to tell you. They're going to say, huh?
Yeah.
You will never find Olivia when you go calling those numbers. In fact, you get nobody when you call those numbers.
I hear that. So I can't call the person back again. They're not answering.
You can't call the person back.
Hello, may I speak to Olivia?
So one of them one day when they called me and says when I got them on the phone because it looked like a telephone number very close to something that I would know normally with the exchange and part of the phone number itself. My telephone is not from here. It wasn't assigned here in Jacksonville, so it's got it's the same area code, but it's got a different prefix that was assigned originally back in 1999 in another county.
Oh,
so
okay.
I know. And they will pick that number, that prefix, and they will call me from that prefix quite often. They just pick a number and use that particular prefix. And then when they call me, when they do that, and they start to say, "Hi, this is Olivia," and then wait until they get down to the point, "Yes, I want to talk to somebody." I did it twice. And they said, and I said, "You're a liar." I used some other words that they could understand. You are a liar. Well, why do you call me a liar? Because you don't even have a legitimate telephone number that you're posting. You're a liar.
Hello, is Olivia there?
For a good time, call Olivia. No,
Olivia.
If they have a fake telephone number, they are a fraud. They are a scammer. I don't care what kind of excuses they give you. They want to hide their identity. They do not want to be detected. If you look at it and that number, you dial it right back, you will find out that, I'm sorry, that number doesn't exist. Yeah. Then they're a liar. And I'm not going to do business with them. It's as simple as that. So I have told a couple of them when they do get a live person on the line, I said, are you a liar? What? Are you a liar?
What? Great.
And then I dial them from another number, and then I play it back, and I let them listen to it. I said, "Yeah, that's the number you call me from, so therefore you're a liar." Click.
Yeah.
They don't
So
like talking to me.
Yeah. No. I can believe you've had a lot of experience.
I have had a lot of experience, and my wife gets mad because I even pick up the phone
I just hit
because my blood boils.
in connection block.
I just
probably have
if I could
5,000 blocks.
just one or two or three every now and then, if I just.
So many.
My granddaddy, people, y'all gonna hate me, but my granddaddy way back when, he was a farmer. When he'd go out and just plant his seeds, he lived not very far from Wrightsville Beach, and the seagulls would come in. As soon as you plant their seeds, the seagulls come in, they start digging up the seeds and eating them. Well, his process was he sat there on his porch with his 1901 12-gauge single-barrel shotgun and open fire. And he would get one and wound it. And this man was tall. He would chase the wounded bird down because the wounded bird couldn't fly. And then he would tie a string around the bird and tie him to a tobacco stake in the ground. That bird would sit there and holler, talk about a scarecrow. This was a scare seagull because no other birds would come around when they heard the noise.
Really? That's how he did it.
That's how he did it. There are electronic devices that they use these days with birds like that in distress that they put out.
Or they put images of owls out there.
Images of owls will do it too, but not nearly as effective as a real one bouncing around.
Yeah.
Don't blame me. I didn't do it. He did it. But I'd like, why can't we do that to people? Put them in stocks.
I mean, they used to do that,
Put
didn't
them
they?
in stocks, yes.
I was. You walk around Shrewsbury and they say on the street in 1657 is the last time that somebody was hung, drawn, and quartered, and you think, oh my gosh,
Where are we going with this?
We're talking about insurance.
The people who are making the calls to us, that we need to make an example out of a few of them, and the rest of them will leave. Not point.
Where did we go?
Thank you for bringing us back to reality.
Well, I think Ricky wants to call. He's afraid of that. He doesn't think your bleep button works fast enough. Ricky,
call. You'll calm down. If I can control myself, mostly you can control yourself.
So
call Ricky.
So a
How dare you?
A highlight, Peter, is you're no longer sitting in Walmart, right?
That's right, and I also won't be there during the open enrollment period this year. I've done it each year up till now, but it's I think I've got everybody in the right plans. If you need to speak to me, you can contact me on my phone number.
Your telly.
Yeah, which is 25. Sorry, I took the
all right.
thunder
You
away
do
from
part
you.
of it. We'll set it up here. You do the first part.
252
675.
488.
Hey,
You're going to do it right.
Let's do that
Okay,
again.
let's do it again. You take the first two numbers.
Yeah. Okay. 252
675.
4488.
I said the last two, not the last four.
Oh, we'll have to do it again then.
Well, who does that?
Nobody
252
675.
4488.
4488.
One more time. I'll do it. 252 675 4488.
Thank
Now you
you.
got it, y'all. Good. Rick is confused. Hey, Rick, if you want to call, our number is 910 333 0139.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy. You're trying to give me more chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh,
They used to do that in World War II.
I know.
They used to do what?
Snickers?
They give out Hershey bars and stuff to the ladies when the troops came through. Yes,
I would think you would give it to the troops.
the troops had it.
The troops were given
They were
chocolates and
Yeah,
So
and condoms, weren't they? I think.
not in World War II.
Yeah, maybe that was in England. I'm not sure, but that's what I
This
heard.
conversation keeps straying bad.
they've even tried this. Peter, under 65 open enrollment plan. Tell us about that.
You're bringing us back to reality again. Yes, so for people under 65, and this is confusing, this is a different and separate open enrollment period. And if you want to sign up for January the 1st, for a start date of January the 1st, then that open enrollment period is from November 1st to December the 15th. If you happen to miss that, you've still got from December the 16th to January the 15th to sign up for February the 1st.
Now that is for folks who have turned 65 during this period.
People that are under 65.
Under
so
65.
maybe somebody that's, I'm looking at, I've got about 10 people I've got a phone right now.
Well, are they eligible if they're under 65?
Yes, if they're under 65. This isn't for Medicare. This is for the ACA plans.
Okay, gotcha.
The affordable care.
Obamacare.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Marketplace plans, as they're called. now.
Yeah. Okay, so do they call you for that?
Yes, they can call me for that.
Good.
Yep.
That number is 252-675-4488, regardless of what they said. Wow. So if you're under 65, but you qualify for, there's a qualification there, though, right? Not just everybody can get affordable care. What are the qualifications?
Basically, it depends on your
Income.
income,
Right.
and it's really the taxable income for the household.
Okay.
And so I look at that. If you qualify for Medicaid, then you're not able to get the under 65 plans. But so for a single person, it's about, I haven't got the exact figure in front of me, but it's about 21,500. If you earn less than that, then you wouldn't be able to get an under 65 plan, a marketplace plan,
Because
you
eligible
qualify for Medicaid. Yeah.
So if you qualify for Medicaid, you would need to apply for Medicaid, right?
Yes. Yeah. No.
I think it's a telemarketer.
Let's see who we've destroyed this morning. Good morning. You're live and local. Uh-oh.
Hello. Guess they didn't like my voice.
It was you, not me this time.
Kind of funny how we've got Peter here and they're calling.
Friends of yours. Yeah. But okay, now let's do that. So if you're under 65 and you qualify financially for could apply
So,
for Obamacare.
Anybody that's got if you're single, income of 21,500 and above. It's not the exact figure, but it's around
okay.
there. And then if you're married, it's about 29,000. If your household income is above that, then you're able to, if it's just the two of you,
So
and each child you add is about another 7,000 or 8,000.
So basically, if you
in income.
qualify for Medicaid, you can't qualify for Obamacare.
Yes, that's right.
And if you qualify for Obamacare, you still have to be above the 21. What is it? 21. Whatever it is.
21,500. Yeah.
Okay. So, but
If you're single.
but you
Yeah,
can
if
you
you're
cannot
above that.
qualify for Obamacare if you're getting $21,000 or more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're getting less than $21,000, you can't apply for Medicare
Yeah.
or Obamacare
Medicaid, yeah.
because you
You
qualify for Medicaid.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord.
State's
Y'all
going to
call,
give you
you
insurance.
call Peter and he'll help you out with that one
Yeah.
because it's confusing.
So I get, like I've got a couple, I'm looking at making 180,000. So people like that can apply. I've got a couple
Mhm.
making 55,000. They can apply and so on. It's
A question, when you're, I will go to Kathy's program. You were telling her about that she had qualified for something special. When you're dealing with these, are you calling Social Security to discuss parts of your health insurance plans?
am I or is
No, well, in this place, Kathy, she has called now for 2 days, and I think she's been on hold a total of 9 hours.
You can't get through Social Security.
But for that, the thing you were telling
Horrible.
Kathy about the
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
benefit
Yeah.
that she had, is that what people call do they call Medicare or Social Security, or is
You
that
can't
both?
call Medicare.
you for that benefit? Do you want me to say what the benefit is?
Sure,
or-
sure,
yeah.
go ahead.
So low income subsidy. So somebody that qualifies for a low income subsidy for Medicare or drug plan, it enables you to get what is also called extra help. It's extra help or with your drug plan. So you can get your drugs for either nothing if you got the full level of it, or for between about $5 to $12 per drug. And so that's how you qualify for. That's what you and how you apply for extra help. I used to be able to do the applications for people, but now the person has to do it on their phone, or they can either do it on their phone, do an application just on the phone or on the computer, or they can phone up to apply for it, or I think probably go into the office too.
Well, the
So-
office that you go to is in Newburgh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. The easiest way is just to do it quick. Is to do it if you qualify for extra help. So that would be somebody that's making pulling in less than 18,000, about approximately
that's
less than
as a-
18,000 if
that's
they're
as an
single.
individual, is
As
that
an
a household
individual.
income or is that
No, that's
just the
just
individual?
as a single.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there's a big difference there, folks.
And there is also on that one the amount of assets you're allowed. It's about $15,000 of assets outside of your house and
Okay.
personal car.
So if you got if you got one of those gemstones that's worth $1 million, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we did sign up for the silver sneaker.
Oh, I haven't let that one go. I'm doing a special reel on that one soon.
We
A
did.
blooper reel.
You're bringing that up, not us.
I know,
No,
I
thought
wanted to
everybody was being very.
Well, it started with him last week too.
Yes.
I know I said it right this time. But we did sign up with. So it's one of the benefits that when you talk to Peter, he brings these things to your
Sure,
attention.
right, which is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Silver sneakers. Okay, it's you got free membership in gyms
Mhm.
that are to have that with certain insurance plans like we've got here, right? You get this membership. You can use the facilities. It doesn't cost you anything else. It goes, your plan pays for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that. And under certain conditions, you may get enough, depending upon your plan, to have more than one gym membership.
Yeah.
But the Silver Sneakers is a really nice plan. I know Onslow Fitness Center over there in across from the high school, Jacksonville High School, the winning Cardinals High School.
That's right.
Number 2.
The
School.
second place Eastern 6A
Yes,
football conference champions.
right across the street from there. There's this Onslow Fitness Center. You can do that.
Yeah.
They have a swimming pool as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Courts Plus at this time is not. Is what I was told.
Not that we know of.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
whether they're
that's
going to
right.
try it or not. I haven't been by. I got to drive by there and say, hey, listen up. So-
Probably not, I think, based on what they've told me about it in the past. But
Mhm.
yeah. But I must say, Silver Sneakers, I enjoyed when I had it when I was in a Humana plane, probably 5 years ago.
Yep, I did too.
And I had a gym member. I was going to the Triangle Aquatic. Oh, I can't remember what it's
The
called.
triangle.
Carey Triangle Aquatic Club.
Oh, you're
That's
talking
it.
early
Yeah, in Carey. Yeah, and they have a swimming pool there.
You
which
were
is really
thinking about
nice.
those single swingers again, weren't you?
I was thinking about the triangle area here in the triangle.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
were.
okay.
They have a gym over there?
Yeah, they do, but you pay for
Beecham's?
it, you pay it for it by the hour.
Was it over there by Beecham's Apartments?
But I was going to this Triangle Aquatic Club in Carey, and I also was going to a gym in Charlotte where my wife was working, so I could use both. Not a gym. I was going to a swimming pool.
Yeah, if
in
you have
Carey
silver
and a
sneakers
gym in-
and you happen to be in different areas,
You can
you
use
can
it,
use it at any
Yeah.
silver sneakers location.
and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was splitting it between 2 areas.
Impressive, Peter.
So,
Yeah.
well, that sounds like you're not going to get over. You're going to be still going to be very busy. You know.
Yes,
that, right?
yeah, I'm going to be doing food pantries and things like that, like I did last year.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
you're going to be busy with these insurance plans too. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
the one tomorrow right down here on Country Club, the pantry.
Yeah.
They're lined up for a mile.
Oh yeah.
That's a Spanish one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The people there are so nice because
Yes.
I go there and
They love your
I
accent, don't they?
speak to people in the
Mhm.
cars, and then I go and help at the food pantry for about an hour or so,
That's very nice. of
giving
you.
out some of the food and so on. And then they always invite me for a lunch because they cook up lunch here. And everybody speaks Spanish, but because I'm there, they'll speak English to me. And
That's
it
so
just
British
makes you
of you.
feel really
Yeah.
sort of special.
Right.
English.
Yeah. So it's nice.
In England, what do they call the cars? Is it just the auto, or do they call it a car?
Car, yeah, just a car,
Just
really.
a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Car, yeah. We don't use auto.
No,
in
no,
England.
no auto.
I mean, I didn't
my
use
God.
auto.
That vehicle.
But I haven't lived in England since I turned 23.
You still have your accent, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I suppose I do.
I've been
I
kind
live with a South African wife, so I've got a sort of mixture of an accent.
I was
and-
kind of thinking you were, you would pick up the southern drawl. Y'all.
yeah.
A Southern Brit. That ought to be interesting.
The south part of Great Britain. Peter, thank you. As always, we do appreciate your time.
Yeah, well, thank you all very much, Ivan.
And we'll see you next week. We're getting close to Christmas. So you're going to be here the week after
No,
Christmas?
we'll. I think we'll take a break from now till mid-January, if that will work with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Or,
So
Or
but you're gonna
early
be-
January,
you're-
one
you're
or the
gonna-
other.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to be here next week, though, or not?
No.
Okay.
No.
So sometime early January?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you covered.
Yeah.
Just let me know when
Super.
you're coming, and
We'll do that.
you know
yeah.
you're always welcome.
We'll put you down.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
get her done.
Okay.
Many-
Many,
on
many
schedule.
holidays. So happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And the same to you and to everybody listening.
Thank you. All right.
Cheers.
Okay.
Oh, as my father used to say, crappy Christmas.
What?
Happy Christmas instead of Happy
I
Christmas.
was just
okay.
going to ask how Christmases went in Britain, but I guess I will now.
No, he just used to change the
It
beginning
sounds
of
like
each word. Yeah.
Sounds like a tag.
I'm doing. I'm not sure Rafa was so happy.
He
I got it. I got it.
No, I said he didn't look so happy with that one. No.
It's fine.
Something's.
Oh,
he
it's
was doing
funny.
similar
It's
to
funny.
silver sneakers.
Oh, from somebody that wears a naughty, nice tie, you need not worry.
Oh,
A naughty, nice tie.
okay.
He does.
It's not Christmas time here yet. Just wait. You'll
Okay,
see it.
I will. Okay.
Well, thank you all very much.
Thank
you
you.
were
Have a
happy.
good
Thank you,
Christmas.
You too.
Peter.
Had, you
Cheers.
could have seen it
Cheers.
Friday night. All right, Peter. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. It's warming up a little bit here already this morning. 1 degree since no,
1
2
degree.
2 degrees since earlier. So let's talk to you about the marine forecast out to 20 nautical miles. Y'all, if there are a couple things I want to talk about with the weather and boating and winter. Wintertime, the water gets kind of chilly. Now, I know you guys like to go fishing because I do too when it's in the wintertime because you get some great speckled trout even up in the shallow waters. Please, if you're going, try to take someone with you. I don't care how big or little your boat is. Here's the reason why. The water is cold and it's going to get colder.
Yes,
And
is.
it doesn't take long. If you happen to fall overboard and you're all by your lonesome and your boat's drifting and you can't, you lose your ability to swim very quickly in cold water. First of all, you're going to have clothes on, right? Yeah, you are. Probably some wool on. Wool soaks up water. Water-laden wool is like an anchor. You're going down. As long as you're warm, you might be able to keep your head above water. But you're not going to be able to do that very long. Wear a stinking life preserver, a life jacket, a PFD, personal flotation device. Put it on. Doesn't do you any good in a wrapper in the bottom of the boat or under the cover, the cap. So many people out there on boats fishing for trout are standing up on the bow cap forward. There's no railing around it. There's no nothing. A little bit of a wave from that boat that just passed you off the stern while you're fighting a fish on the bow, while you're bringing in a nice big old speckled trout. That'll send you off balance. And, you know, your deck's going to be slippery. You know that. You've never been on a boat when the deck wasn't slippery. And you're going to fall into the water. Now, without a personal flotation device and you start sinking or you get cold, once you get cold, you lose your ability to swim and stay afloat. Hypothermia sets in. You will not die from hypothermia in the water. Hypothermia does not kill you in the water. It keeps you from being able to swim, and you die from drowning. It's happened so often. Men, I know that we all think that the world is our head.
Mm-hmm.
The head is a toilet for
Right.
those of you who don't get on boats.
Right.
And standing up, there have been so many people to fall overboard doing their thing off the side of their boat.
Right.
When the water is cold, you're going to have problems. It doesn't take water very long when it gets down into the 50s to sap every bit of energy you've got. And I'm sorry, it happens. It happens on a regular basis. I don't know if anybody else has been to a drowning scene or not, especially one that's been there for a while. I have. I've recovered too. But you just don't want that to happen. All right? Your family, think about them being miserable while everybody is out there looking for you. When it's your own stupid fault. So don't do that. Think of your family. Just think of your family. So that's my public service announcement. Dress accordingly, and that means no waders on when you're in your boat. There are also anchors if you fall overboard.
Yeah.
And wear if you want to go spend $100 on a really cool inflatable vest that doesn't hinder you from casting time and again, go do it. I know those other things that you buy, you say, oh, they just get in my way when I'm trying to cast or walk around the boat. They do. Go buy you $100 one. You spend $100 on anything else. How many times have you spent $100? How about $300 on a fishing reel? How about $20 on a lure? Go buy yourself a life jacket that inflates when you pull the string. Or if you don't think you can do that, you can. They got them that inflate automatically when they hit the water. Hello, knock, knock.
You know what? They'd be perfect to sell is the ones that the airlines use.
Yeah.
And that has the little flasher on there too for a nighttime.
Yep,
thing.
absolutely.
It'd be cool if they sold those.
Yep. There are all sorts of cool ones out there. Most people don't like to have the big encumbrance around them, and just you can get the others. It's not a problem. Just get the ones that keep your head above the water when you're unconscious or when you can't tread water. Out to 20 nautical miles. A gale warning goes into effect this afternoon. Will be that way until late tonight. Southwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 this afternoon. 3 to 5 footers, building to 5 to 7 every 11 seconds in the afternoon today. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming very rough in the afternoon. Thursday, tomorrow, northwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the morning. Seas 4 to 6 feet every 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers will be choppy. Friday, northwesterly winds 10 to 15, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers a little calmer with a moderate chop.
Today, sunny with a high near 58, light southwest wind increasing 8 to 13 miles per hour. In the morning, winds could gust as high as 25. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 36. Thursday, sunny with a high near 49. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low of 27. And Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 54. And 4 years ago today, we had that terrible outbreak of 66 tornadoes that tore across 9 parts of the United States, 9 states, Missouri to Ohio to Georgia.
Ouch.
And one of the EF4 tornadoes with a damage path of 166 miles devastated the community of Mayfield, Kentucky, with estimated winds of 190 miles per hour. The outbreak, which was the nation's deadliest in 10 years, claimed 89 lives, 74 of them in the Kentucky area.
Ouch.
Yeah, I watched a lot of the storm chasers through that. Whew, some of those tornadoes were just so devastating.
Yeah, I just
devastating.
never had a desire to be chasing storms or anything like that. You get too close.
Oh, these guys are professionals, and they've been doing it for years, and they have all their safety. And I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but it could happen us going out on the road and getting hit by a tornado. But it's really interesting. And the thing about these storm chasers too, they do a lot of education. You know, they have a lot of educational moments and stuff, and you learn so much about it. But it's really kind of like take your breath watching it.
There was one of the storm chasers. He was in Leland. Oh God, who was the? Remember the star who played the cop named Sipowicz on NYPD Blue?
Andy Sipowicz.
What was his real name? Anyway, he's got a cousin with the same last name in Leland. Because I talked to him, I tried to get him to come down to the Azalea Festival. He gave me the number, and I chatted, and he was signed up to do it until they extended their shooting season that year, so he couldn't be here. Anyway, this guy in Wilmington, in Leland, he was a storm chaser, and the last time I saw him, he had come in, he had to get a ride back because everything was destroyed and he was rolled. And he said, "That's enough." And he was a professional. He was doing it for the TV station, and TV stations all over the country signed on for him to provide footage and stuff.
Dennis France. I watched it.
No,
I was
it wasn't him, it
watching.
was another one.
No, Dennis France is the one that portrayed Sipowicz.
There's another guy there.
Well, this is what it's saying right
Yeah, I know that, but there's another. It wasn't Sipowicz, and it was somebody else. I'd have to look him up because I'll remember the name if I look him up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, mentioned earlier about the visas, not the credit card, but the visas that the United States gives people when they want to come here and go to school or work or whatever for short periods of time or definitive periods of time. Maybe extended. Sometimes they extend their visas. Well, now it seems like when these folks are creating problems, students included, you get out there and you're doing radical things or you're breaking the laws. If you're getting caught for driving while impaired, you're getting caught for assault, stealing, or whatever, they're kicking you out of the country. 85,000 so far. 85,000.
Wow.
8,000 of them are students. How's that going to be? You're going home. You did stupid stuff in that country and they kicked you out. Well, you know what? If you're an American and you go to China, let's go to Beijing, as one TV reporter did many years ago when whatever the city was a sister city of Wilmington, is on the port there. And he went by over there to do some stuff. He couldn't find a trash can in the airport. He dropped a little gum wrapper.
Wow.
They snatched him up.
Wow.
It took intervention to get him released.
People don't
Now,
understand.
other countries don't put up with it. Why should we put up with it?
I believe it goes back to having the Statue of Liberty given to us as a gift. And
Should we look a gift horse in the mouth?
if you come into the country legally, I think it's great.
If you come here legally and obey the laws,
Yes.
if you come here legally with a visa and you get out there and you start protesting or raising Cain, you're rolling over police cars or doing whatever with a visa from another that's issued by this country when you're visiting from another country, you're doing that. Should you get to stay
Goodbye.
here?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See ya. You're out on your own, by the way. Call daddy and get some money. You're coming home.
Wow.
We're shipping you COD. I don't, we've tolerated it too long. We should not have ever tolerated it. We set bad examples. Our predecessors, not just the government, because we allowed them to not do anything about it. And then a certain element encouraged another president to say, oh, come on down. Let's burn up a bunch of T-shirts and hand them out to all these people down there walking up towards the border. Well, they walk up for the cameras, but they catch rides off camera. Because there was a major organized effort to get them into this country by the hundreds of thousands.
Well, part of it, I think, is our history is not taught the way. Now, this is my understanding from grandchildren, is not being taught the way we were taught history. Nope. So the things that have happened in the past that have had an effect on our country are not being taught by to the younger people of today, who are living out whatever it is they think they're living out by protesting and doing the things that they're doing and not understanding why they're doing it other than, hey, it's the thing to do right now.
So, folks, do you think that because you've done bad things in this country, or you might not consider them bad things, but we consider them bad things. If you're in this country driving drunk, you're not a citizen. You don't have the rights of citizens. And we're going to hold them accountable. Why don't we hold you accountable? We can't really put them in jail. State Department doesn't like somebody going to jail. But we can kick them out. So should we? Yeah, absolutely. If they're stealing stuff, they're harming us. They're harming the people. If they're assaulting people, then they're harming other people here. Why should we allow somebody from another country who's going to come into this country to harm us? We don't stop them from coming in, but when they get here and they do that, we kick them out, is what we're doing now. I've got no problem with that. Now, we're going a little bit further in this case. We're taking a serious look at the people before we issue the visas. We're making it more restrictive. Okay, we know more about them instead of just a rubber stamp. You're going to be vetted. Here's the one they're going to have troubles with. Foreigners who are participating in, quote, censorship or attempted censorship of protected speech in the United States. How do you, if they are practicing censorship or protected censorship of protected speech, I don't even know what kind of an example that I can think of how that would apply. Then we kick them out. So this was not explained in the story.
I don't believe in censorship. I think, and I know there's a big discussion about the First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. And we all know all the stories of, is it freedom of speech to go into a theater and yell?
No, that's not.
That's not freedom of speech.
No, stupid.
No, it is stupid.
If you do something that's going to potentially harm other people, because they get up and start running, and you got 2 aisles in the theater, every theater I've been in, you got 2 aisles leading out, right?
Right.
One on either side. Yeah. You can cause stampedes. People sell them like the stuff we saw about India, was it, over the weekend?
Yeah.
No, they were stampeded to death.
Yeah.
The soccer matches where they've had the stampedes, people died from being trampled.
I think things are taken to the extreme, and we're trying to protect the people that have caused themselves to be put into a bad situation. I'm going to talk about in particular the person who shot the United Healthcare CEO. So immediately after a broadcast of the video of him being seen at the local McDonald's, being questioned by the law officer, presenting a fake ID that was reported. He checked it in; it was reported faked. Now, immediately, the defense team jumps on and goes, "Okay, there is a problem because now we're not going to find a person in this area that's going to not hear about it and
move him."
And well, that was my idea. Move it to North Carolina. Move it out of New York. Move it to North Carolina.
It has to stay within the same. If it's a state crime, it has to stay within a certain area.
Well, it's state and federal.
If it's a federal crime, they can move it anywhere.
Well, he has pleaded. They said he pleaded innocent to both state and federal charges. Move it to another area then. If you're afraid that the video that was shown of him and all his preparations to do it and then escape are going to prejudice a jury, move it. Why are we?
It is so easy to say move it, but I agree with you, but the expense.
Which would be more expensive?
So crazy.
To bring a jury in from another area?
I mean, I'm all for moving
and house it, or move everybody else to another jurisdiction to have it. It'd be cheaper to bring the jury in. 15 people, including the alternates, perhaps. Bring them in from another location, bus them in, take them home on weekends, or whatever you want to do.
Well, I think once you get them brought in, we'll say from Iowa.
Yeah, or wherever, yeah.
Anywhere. And then once the jury is picked, sequestered them, and they can't read the newspapers, they can't see the television.
Yeah, television shut down, all news programming.
There are a lot of people that don't watch news.
More and more.
Yeah,
the younger they are, the less they know about news.
Well, you got to be careful with that, because if you remember when he was arrested,
yes,
who was cheering him on? The younger generation.
And do they even know why they were cheering him on?
They
See,
don't.
that's the whole question here. And the minute they get up there and they start looking at a body and whatever, there are not a lot of people that are like, oh my God, he did what? Because they're going to show up the gore. They're going to get a chance to see stuff that'll stick with them for a long time. They're going to listen to people describe what it was like. I don't know many people, once they see the real gore of a crime scene and you tie this person to it, they know he did it, but they cheer him on because they think he's justified. The minute they see that gore,
Yeah, sit
they lose their sense of respect for him, no matter not who
sit
he
in a
is.
jury box.
Mhm.
Right. I can't believe it's been already a year. It seemed like it was just
I know.
3-4 months ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's just crazy.
But
He should have plucked his eyebrows.
it had to do with, I believe, going back. Went back to because health insurance was costing so much. It didn't have an effect on the health insurance rates. It was the waste. It was the waste of a life.
Well, health insurance companies make a lot of money. CEOs make a lot of money. And until we change the way insurance is
You're not going to
written,
do it
and,
by killing one person.
yeah, that's right. I mean, it's, and that was a senseless killing. But when I was talking about plucking his eyebrows, that Mangione had made a list of things that he needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was change his hat, his shoes. Like he went out to buy some shoes and he said, those have a white stripe on them. I need to stay one color. He was planning all this out. And so he had also made the note to pluck his eyebrows. Well, that's one thing he didn't do. And that's how he was recognized in McDonald's by people, was by his eyebrows. And from the picture that had been posted, be on the lookout for. He should have plucked those eyebrows.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask in McDonald's. And what was interesting is he also made a comment of move at night because the FBI is slow at night.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're home eating supper. Hey, can you blame them? But yeah, that was interesting. I mean, he wore the beanie cap and he had the mask on, but he still had those bushy eyebrows. And that's what drew the attention to him. And they called 911.
Bad guys don't listen to us. You know that, right?
No, they
so
don't.
here's the thing. If you, sir, decide you want to commit a robbery somewhere, rob a bank, go ahead and put a couple of Band-Aids across your face or on your arm, put it in a sling, do something that calls attention, distracts the attention from your face. Make sure your shoes, if you do whatever shoes you wear, make sure they're gaudy. And when you walk out of the bank or wherever you commit the robbery, as soon as you settle, get rid of your clothes and those shoes. Don't throw them in the nearest trash can because they're going to find them. And they're going to find your DNA.
Well, now that I know I can cremate a body in my stove,
You're going to have to chop him up first. The stove is not that
I'm
big.
learning all about that watching this court case that I'm watching right now.
Well, you have a stove now, I believe you said goes to 800 degrees, right?
800, 900 degrees.
Okay.
I said I can cremate a body.
But you got to get it in there.
Well, I'm learning because yesterday we saw videos of it's alleged that he killed his wife on January 1st because sometime in the wee hours of the morning, because later in the day he's on video at Home Depot buying buckets and hacksaws and an axe and shears. He just sits there in court like, hey, how can you sit there knowing what you've done and not even have emotion?
Well, you're already convicting him, and you haven't heard all the cases.
Oh, he's guilty. He's guilty.
910.
He's trying to say she died natural causes, and he got scared, so he chopped her up and got rid of her. He's guilty.
910-333-0139. I think all our listeners agree about everything we say.
I tell you what,
I like that.
either they're afraid of you.
Me?
Probably afraid of Lee.
There's nothing to be afraid of, believe me.
800 degree oven.
He's guilty. I can kill him, but I'll cut him
He's guilty.
Now I know how to cut him up.
Because, there was another court case many years ago where the guy got off saying, I didn't really murder them. They were already dead. I just disposed of the body. And he actually did not. He got off the murder charges. So that's what his defense is trying to do now. Get him off the murder charges because he's already pled guilty to dismemberment and unlawful disposal of the body parts and lying to the police. So he's already pled guilty, but he's pleading not guilty to the murder.
It's not illegal to feed sharks.
Guilty. Oh, he dumped her all in dumpsters all around.
That's illegal.
But they never found her body parts. All they found was some tissue here and there and some blood.
That is body parts.
Yeah, well, we're talking like legs, arms, head, chest, derriere, toes. They've never, because they didn't go looking right away.
Reminded me to tell you after the show about Joan Rivers and a watermelon.
Joan Rivers. You know, I was just watching a thing last night on YouTube, and Joan Rivers was on it.
I've seen her on a lot of stuff. Somehow they're playing a bunch
I was
of good
watching
stuff.
a Johnny Carson episode. You know, they were talking about Johnny Carson, his extraordinary way of knowing when he had a guest come on, whether they were high or had been drinking,
Yep.
and he would know exactly how to handle them in order so the audience wouldn't realize what was going on. And they were talking about different people coming on there, like how many times Richard Pryor came on there and he was high on cocaine or had been drinking, and how he would space out, but yet you would not know because of the way Johnny handled everything. And like he was talking about, what's the one comedian? Oh gosh, I can't think. It was George Carlin. How many times he came on there? He said because George liked to smoke pot, and that he would come on there high many of the time, but yet he was so smart. And
He's
you know,
so smart. He just didn't know what everything was just fine.
They said Johnny was able to draw a lot of stuff out of him. He said, but he never asked George to co-host whenever he was not going to be there because he knew that he was not reliable. But it was very interesting watching that thing on Johnny Carson last night. It brought back a lot. I remember being young and watching.
I've seen a lot of the reruns on Carson, segments of them lately, and also
he's funny.
Leno. I saw Leno before he was before I ever heard of Leno.
Yeah, they showed him on the Johnny Carson show.
He was at the Blockade Runner entertaining. They used to have a comedy week or comedy night each week or each month, and I went to see him. I never heard of him, and apparently everybody else had. But that was before I had ever seen him on TV. And I saw him there. I said, he's pretty funny. But that's all I remember about him. That and his chin.
Yeah,
Don Rickles said he looks like a moose hanging on a wall, like a moose head on a wall. He told him that the other night or last night when I was watching. That was funny.
They interviewed you talking about George Carlin on drugs, Richard Pryor on drugs. They interviewed Charlie Sheen and asked him what was worse, drugs or alcohol.
Right.
And surprisingly, he said it was alcohol because alcohol is acceptable and drugs go with alcohol. So he said that in his mind, and he had a problem with both, was alcohol.
He's doing very well right now. And I really, really, really hope and pray that he stays clean, but he's clean. He's clean right now. He's gone through rehab and he's done a lot of interviews, and to watch some of his interviews and hear what he has to say about, like when he was on the show, Two and a Half Men, about how he was high most of the time. And it's just it's great to see him clean right now. So hope he's able to stay that way.
Around our county, we heard this morning from one of the ham radio operators how much some of the people like hearing the local weather from the various parts of our county, and also in Carteret County. We got one ham over there that reports in. So let you know how cold it was this morning while y'all were still asleep at 5:30. Randy on his cart out there, his golf cart, not the go-kart, he was backing back into the garage because he was freezing. I said, you need a heater on that thing. He thought about it for a second. Randy said it southwest, it was 24 degrees at the time, no wind. Nobody had any wind. Oh, yeah, we did too. Over in the back swamp, they had a little bit of wind out of the southwest, 2 miles per hour. Lee had wind there. 27 degrees in the swamp and 92% humidity. Dale and Carol around River Bend, that little bend in the river as you're going north up the river.
Bend in the river.
Yeah, it was 24 degrees there, 99% humidity. And everybody was reporting frost this morning. Frost and the pumpkins, I guess, out there. Ward, over in Cedar Point, he's our Carteret County guy. Over in Carteret County, 32 degrees. The water's turning a little cooler there, so he's not staying as warm as normal. Joe in the borough had 28 degrees right downtown. 99% humidity. And Ken out of Onslow Bay had 27 degrees. Onslow Bay is that little project subdivision out there off Rocky Run Road. And Lee had 27 degrees this morning, 97% humidity. And here in the studio at the time, I kept this quiet for until now because I wanted to. It was 23 degrees here this morning at 5:15.
It just changed when you looked away.
It's 28 degrees now. So it's gone up 5 degrees, which it did not go down from 23 this morning all morning long. I've been looking at it. Anyway, and 99% humidity was then. We still had no wind and no rain, of course. And your heat index is 28 degrees, same as the temperature.
All right.
That's okay.
I just looked it up. We're talking about surf temperatures right now at Surf City. The water is 60.3 degrees, and at Emerald Isle it's 68.0 degrees in the surf. Let's go swimming.
68 degrees in the surf at Emerald
That's what it
Isle?
says, 68. Yeah, I need it to be about 85 when I come.
I'm just trying to think, why is it that warm?
I don't know. It's right. It's
there?
approximately 68
I mean,
degrees. Temperatures
when they
up
have
day
the
to day.
beach music festivals, I understand.
I don't know. Wow. Caicos. That's right.
No, I don't know.
That's what-
Emerald Isle's always warmer than Surf City, and I did think that was kind of a big leap. But hey, right now
I'm
Surf
just looking at
City.
the story that popped up here
Oh,
in Rhode Island. A musician, a Grammy-nominated musician,
I had
struck
that
and killed by a
story.
driver
mm-hmm.
in Rhode Island. Who is the musician?
It
As a-
was a bassist.
Roderick
and-
McLeod.
Yes.
Remember the band Roomful of Blues?
No.
In the 1980s, received a Grammy nomination for his work with them. He was inducted into the Rhode Island Music Hall of Fame in 2014. He was walking his dogs when he was hit by a car Saturday. The driver was identified by police as Shannon Godbout. She's 41,
She's going to need
driving
God.
recklessly,
Mm-hmm.
traveling eastbound when she left her lane and struck several objects, including 2 telephone poles. McLeod was walking his dogs on the shoulder of the road when he was hit. Photos from the scene
Yes.
show a black vehicle with a destroyed pole. I'm looking at that now.
Yeah.
She possession of numerous illegal narcotics and packaging materials commonly associated with drug distribution, according to the police. And she has been
A lengthy criminal history.
DWI's
Mhm.
100 arrests in Rhode Island, along with some bunch of traffic charges. 100 arrests,
Yes.
and she now is accused of driving a car that struck and killed a guy.
I hope she's in there with no bail.
8 of those charges were from the police department there in Rhode Island. 82 court warrants have been issued for her. She's received 40 traffic citations. She may face more charges as she's going to face a murder charge of some sort.
Oh, she's pleading no contest. Give me a break.
Well, let her plead all she wants, and she needs to go to prison.
Yeah, she does.
That's just no. That kind of person should not have been on the road. Period. Bottom line.
Wonder if she had an active driver's license. It doesn't really say, does it? No.
Well, they don't list the charges, so
Yeah.
I would bet that she does not have a valid license. That's the least of her troubles right now.
Well, here's
Yeah.
one right here for you. This was in Florida. This was a Florida man is behind bars after police said he threatened a woman with a knife while she was backing her car into her driveway. Kagan Delmeda Fernandez, 32, was charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in connection with a road rage incident. It occurred on November 6th. According to court documents, the woman had stopped and was backing into her driveway. And while she was backing up, this guy got out, honked his horn at her, got out of his vehicle, stopped in the middle of the street, and started yelling at her, saying, what the was that? You saw me coming. And he stood in the middle of the roadway and continued to yell at her. She ended up calling her husband on the phone and said, please come out. And he's yelling at her, do you want to die or no? Before approaching her while brandishing a pocket knife. Her husband came out of the door. He ended up shoving the guy with the knife. The guy took off, got in his car, but grabbed a gun and kept yelling, do you want to die, before he fled the scene. All because a woman had stopped to back into her driveway. People are crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Patience, people, patience.
Sometimes, like we pull into a shopping center and the vehicle in front of us has to stop and wants to back into the parking place. Just take a deep breath. Let them do it. No harm, no foul. Because it's only going to take a minute, less than a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go right on by. Oh, I did put that in my phone. And you'll be fine. But people just like crazy.
There's no patience.
Yeah. And it's the road rage, all of that is just not good.
It's not good. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
not
This
good.
morning I had a pickup truck that stayed on my bumper, and I was in the left lane and I was doing the speed limit because I set my cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
And the right lane was empty. He could have gone into the right lane and passed me. But no, he stayed on my bumper.
Yep.
Why? Because he wanted to be a jerk. He or she, whichever, wanted to be a jerk. Yes, I'm in the left lane, but I'm getting ready to turn left. I'm like, but I just like, chill out.
There you go.
Water temperature of the Mesabura Inlet. The surf temperature. I'm just getting this from the data buoys that they've got out there. It's not from somebody on the beach. The water temperature at Riceville Beach in the surf is 56 degrees. So there's no telling where some of the reports come from. So the surf reports, they might be from some surfers' data system or something.
Well,
The data buoys are pretty accurate. No, seriously. There's some surf cams that are out there.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. They're out there, but they're not necessarily real accurate, if you know what I mean. Let's see what it says at Beaufort. Water temperature at Beaufort is 48.7 degrees. So, okay, that's 12 degrees different from Emerald Isle.
I'm just telling you is what it said when I looked it
Let's
up.
just put it this way.
It was
Wear a
from a
wetsuit.
weather service. So,
Either one, you're going to need a wetsuit.
yeah, either
Wear a
one.
wetsuit.
It's cold. So,
And you might want to have a few beers before you get in the water so you can warm up the wetsuit. Okay. We will be back tomorrow. We have Chris Miller. We got lots of questions for him. I want to know.
Yes.
I want him to explain basketball to me. He needs to explain about this round ball stuff. Do they have 5 quarters in basketball or 2 halves?
4 quarters.
They got 4 quarters.
4 quarters unless it's college, and then it's.
Why can't they have 5 quarters?
right.
They do if they go into overtime.
Well, that's a whole nother quarter.
Yes.
You got
Well, it's a 5-minute overtime.
5-minute overtime. So
5
it's not a
minutes.
full quarter.
Not a full quarter.
How long is a quarter?
Quarter's 12 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Are we
think-
going to start going to the basketball games?
I think I'm going to attend a few basketball games. It's been a long time.
I think Northside is going to be one you're going to have to watch.
I used to go
Watch
to,
basketball.
the UNCW games.
That's a good team.
They had a really good team.
They have
Every
made the
year.
field of 68 now.
I'm going to
quite
UNC,
a few
right?
times.
So, in fact, I went to see them play. They were going to try to play the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
That was an exhibition game, of course. It was funny.
Yeah.
Those boys can play basketball, though.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
There's no,
The newer generation of the Globetrotters are good.
but they're not the same.
They'll never replace
I
Curly Neal and
I saw
Meadowlark.
Meadowlark play. Meadowlark was from the Wilmington area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used
Yes,
to
ma'am.
play.
Yeah.
They used to have exhibition games
Do that
over there
again?
at the college.
They had what?
Exhibition games at the
Okay.
college.
Can you do it 3 times?
Just leave me alone.
We do appreciate y'all this morning.
You
And,
never make a mistake. Leave me alone.
well, I've made a couple. But anyway, I took care of that problem. Let's say
Grateful.
goodbye now. You're live and local. We are Real Talk,
my
where we are
gosh.
awake, never woke, and we'll see you in the morning.
Awake,
Bye. Have a
Have a
great
blessed
day.
day.
Stay warm.